What's up, y'all? It's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, here to talk about the truth about pass accuracy in NBA 2K26. So, we started off this year really on the train of like 25 pass accuracy is crazy good, really respect it. It's insane how well it plays. And as you can see, the clips you're seeing in today's video right here that you're seeing on the early end are 25 pass accuracy. My boy Waff was coming out here being a wizard with the bounce passes. Bro, look at this. This is 25 pass ac, and it still functions like this as well. Now, we're going to play both sides of the coin here in this video though and talk about the power of 99 at pass accuracy as well, and even still also talk about the value of, let's say, something like 80, 76, all those types of ratings. But as you can see, I mean, this is Waff once again hitting the bounce pass into me in transition, and that's 25, bro. I can't stress enough. It really is crazy how well it does function, truly. Now, to be fair, I think something like this is still worthy of note. That's 76 pass ac right there. I wanted to give a little bit of a difference in, you know, clips that we could show. And as you can see, it's me beating the double press right here, a 2-on-1 off the hash to corner, and reading this defender and guessing him off that, you know, moving up to the hash, hit the corner, was able to hit the shooter, and he's able to shoot it. Now, that took a lot of like foresight and really planning around that. I think a pass like that is significantly easier to hit on my new 94 pass accuracy build. And then as you can see, throwing outlets as well off this with only like the silver break starter and the 76 pass that my build naturally had a couple of weeks ago. And I'll show a second cut up that we have of the 25 pass accuracy as well, but now I want to transition into the clips that I had of the 94 pass accuracy that I have on this build. And I'm going to call it more along the lines of 99. I have pretty much every pass style you'd ever run, stuff like that. I was running Jimmy Butler in these clips as well, and I mean, some of y'all already saw these clips, so to be fair, you know, this is just for comparison. It's not to be showing you like completely new content, but some of you may be clicking on the video that didn't see my 94 pass ac, you know, version of my 610 slasher build essentially. But anyway, what I want to say is also super valuable about pass accuracy though is Dishmaster Takeover. It's so good. It's very, very valuable, and a lot of shooters I've been playing with have been really talking up on it. And you guys know how shooters are. A lot of them will want to take credit for it and just say like, I would have hit that with no dimer. I mean, look at this, bro. Now again, shout out to Waff. Waff's out here on that 25 pass ac build in these clips as well, and he's on the lockdown that is really mostly mainly known for defense. Meanwhile, he's hitting like bounce passes full court with the 25. He's hitting like crazy step back threes, red contested right here off the Dishmaster. And it's weird, right? Because it's playing both sides of the coin for the pass accuracy debate. You're seeing clips of me with 94 zipping it to the corner. He actually gets like not the greatest catch, but a lot of them you can see get like literally in their pocket, and they're able to shoot a whole like almost full court dot on the corner passes. And again, then the build that doesn't have pass accuracy and has a lot of ratings boosted up instead because it has it low is able to benefit off of me having high pass accuracy. Or again, animations you unlock through the pass styles and stuff. Like as you can see, this is me with Jimmy right here, hitting a little icon pass to Kitchen, throwing it behind the back. Now to be fair, some of these clips might not actually be comped. Like that would really be frustrating if your guy threw a passing lane like into somebody's head essentially as a defender that just happened to be in the way right there, and it was because of the pass style. But who knows what animation you would have got with none, to be fair. But yeah, then the remainder of the clips that we have here are with Kitchen mainly on his 99 block lockdown, throwing regular passes, not the bounce passes or anything like that. But as you can see, full court outlet right there from 25. I mean, look, the thing about this video also is that it's technically going to be showing the highlights. So there were still plenty of missed alley-oop opportunities, right? And I want to say a lot of them were probably a little bit of user error. It's testing the limits a tad bit, and I'll just say the conclusion that I came to was personally, if you're trying to throw a lob to, you know, someone as a 25 pass accuracy build, you needed it to be actually like in the paint. You needed to pretty much be standing about right here if your boy was going to be catching it in the paint as well. You couldn't be on the 3-point line. It seemed like they were incapable of throwing those. And then as far as like full court outlets though, the fact that a 25 pass ac build can put that on the money and not be a complete floater either is ridiculous. Kitchen still even right there with the 25 pass ac was thrown off the top of the key as well. I mean, it is pretty ridiculous that like they can function that good, but I'm not here to say that diminishes the value of 99 pass ac builds by any means. You can feel the power, and you can really feel like it's valuable to have them on the build too. But again, Kitchen's 99 block lockdown right here, throwing a full quarter. As you can see, in some cases, it leads to terrible catches. Bonnie gets a bad catch, and because he thought he was going to get a better catch than that, was planning to throw me an alley-oop, and then it ended up getting hit off the side of the backboard because, you know, we just like thought he was going to catch it sooner. But then on the other end of this, you can see Kitchen gets the rebound right there and throws a full court outlet to Bonnie in the corner and gets a perfect like pocket catch that would have led to a wide open three had he not just missed it. So it's hit or miss. It's not exactly always perfect. Right there you can see bad catch, but it still got the job done. Point being, know your role and know what kind of pass accuracy you need so that you can make the best build optimized for what you're coming out here to do. Again, kitchen with another full core outlet to me right there. What I want to really just hammer home the point of real quick is that of all the guys I play with, whether it's, let's say, Tyson right here, as you're going to see, Tyson's on a 25 pass accuracy lockdown build that we, made pretty early, and we were testing that out. He's still playing on it. Connor, as you can see, on a 39 pass accuracy, 99 block lock. He's still on this build. It's his favorite build. We have things like, let's say, Salt, who also made this 25 pass ac, 31 pass ac build. It's still like the build that we use to play with him the most as well. I mean, but then on the other side of things, I actually am not on this build. To be fair, I need to go switch to the one I'd be playing with, but this is me grinding rebounding specialization. Anyway, this is the build I've been playing on most recently. 94 pass accuracy out the gate, cap breaks to 99, and I have 95 currently. I've been playing with this a lot as well. And then we also even have, if I go back to the Pro-Am team real quick, we have Kitchen that's been playing on this new build that he's been on as well, that also has 99 pass accuracy, and he's been cooking with this. It's been so great. And you don't even need, what's really crazy to me too is the value of pass accuracy. It's not expensive on the build up to 94. When it hits 94, it starts to get pretty expensive, same way block does, I must say. So then playing around that cap breaker, because it's expensive in the first place, is a nice little play, if you ask me. So to have a build like this that is a scoring machine, and truly people cannot stop him. I'm telling you guys, as a scorer, Kitchen is insane. He's not averaging many assists per game because he doesn't have to pass the ball very often, but the fact that if they were to need to double team him because he's such a good scorer on this build, the fact that he can just throw Legend Dimer, Legend Versatile Visionary, and Brave Starter and all that stuff passes and come out here and just literally punish people for having to double team him is crazy. And I think that's a really underrated value of the build. And it's why I made the build with 94 pass ac into 99 myself personally, is because I feel like I'm hard to guard on 5s right now as well. And what I want to punish people for is the pinching and baiting and like stepping to me in the paint and stuff like that. Playing the mind games. If you step off the dudes and they're ready to no-dip shoot off Legend Dimer and Dishmaster Takeover, you're going to get screwed over. You got to play one-on-one defense if you play against a build like this. So the power is there. The truly value of the low pass accuracy into high pass accuracy is there as well. And I really do think that there needs to be a lot of respect to just any level of pass accuracy in the game, because I don't even think you can go wrong. I just think you need to hit the right thresholds. So let's go to the pass accuracy rating real quick and actually talk about that. What are the thresholds to be hitting as far as a pass ac goes? Okay, so let's talk about some of the key threshold points to hit as far as pass accuracy goes. I obviously have a video that we go over every single time, probably every month nearly at this point, as far as the best value for every attribute, or I'll do it based off of after patches and stuff. But I just want to go into a deeper detail of exactly where to be at with pass accuracy on every type of build. So again, for lockdowns, corner spot ups, role players, people that aren't touching the ball super often, I'm not going to use every build replica as an example. You're going to have to use your imagination a tad bit here. For people that are going to be corner spot ups and role players, I do think 25 or whatever the minimum is a good threshold to hit. Reason for that is when you end up going higher on your pass accuracy, it's going to force up your ball handle and stuff like that. Now that's at a ridiculous level, to be fair, so it's not a constant thing, but as you can see, for instance, if we go lower on that, then the tether actually starts to apply a little bit. So if you were trying to be a full-on role player spot up, it's kind of nice to not have your pass accuracy super high, because as you can see, if you go anything past 60 on this build, it's going to start tethering ball handle up. And if you were someone that was not planning to dribble at all in this game, and you already were questionable whether pass ac is going to be worth or not, it's going to be a little bit tough to, resonate with the idea of going with a higher pass ac if it's forcing your ball handle up too or something like that. Then at some level, ball handle is going to force up speed with ball too. But again, that's not quite as extreme, to be fair, and not as much worth talking about. So for role players, spot ups, locks, stuff like that, power forwards, even if you're not someone that's throwing the break in Pro-Am, if you're park build kind of role player, again, 25 minimum, whatever you can go, I think is plenty decent value. Now, where I start to feel like it's the beginning of being worth actually putting on is probably for 71. It's been tested. It's something that we're the community is very comfortable with at this point. We've seen a lot of different cases of people use this, a lot of animations worth of playing out of 71 to 76. Those are the thresholds, in my opinion, that are probably the next best to hit in terms of skip to a decent point right here. However, I will say, I'm a fan of 80. If I were to remake my build that has 76 pass accuracy right now, I would want 80 strictly just to get this Dishmaster takeover, bro. I can't believe it's such a low requirement for such a powerful takeover. 80 being exactly what you need and nothing else is really good value, if you ask me. So if you were to be in that range, then it's well, you can go even further and be Gold Dimer, 82. And then you could be like, well, I mean, 87 pass ac gives you the break starter. So if you're a big man, you might want that. Not to mention 85's bailout. That's why I say it feels like it's a little bit all or nothing with pass accuracy in this game, because you can't like hit a great threshold point on anything you do. But where I'm thinking the dead zone is, and where I think it's useless, or not useless, but the least value, if you get what I'm saying, is somewhere between 25 to 70. I feel like things in the 65, 50 range, stuff like that, it's kind of mid, kind of pointless if you ask me. But I could be wrong. There could be tests behind that. It's just that I think it's more of a volume thing. If you have the confidence in the fact that you can throw outlets and stuff, like if you have 75, that's fair. You can go ahead and try to do that more. But I feel like 60 is like such an odd range, you know, like you don't want to be that guy coming out here in Rec Center or Pro-Am or whatever the case may be, throwing ridiculous outlets because you're like, oh, I got 60 instead of 25. I can throw those. No, you can't. It's going to be so unreliable, and there are going to be things that are going to screw your team over in this very offensive game of really easy to score, giving your team turnovers off just trying to get too much dip on your chip, bro. You don't need to be doing all that. Just check it down to someone else that can throw better outlets, or don't throw the outlet at all. Kind of my take on things. Personally, I think half-court offense is plenty easy as well, just off the fact that like you don't have to force the fast break every time. But again, if you have those capabilities, if you're someone in that 87 range or something like that, go ahead and throw the break. It's well worth doing. You know, you can get easy wide open shots off it and stuff like that too. So point being, know your role. If you're gonna get a lot of rebounds, maybe you do want break starter. If you're gonna get a lot of rebounds and you don't have someone on your team that you can check it down to, that they're like more of a point guard in a constant spot, like in comp pro-am teams, for instance, there's gonna be a lot of times where your point guard is guarding the corner. They want to guard the worst offensive matchup on the other team, so they're sitting in the corner. They're just gonna box their guy out. That's all they're gonna do, and then there'll be a pretty decent option for a check down. So if you grab that board as a back end who has 25 pass ac, just know your point guard's around you. Hit him. It's not gonna be an inaccurate pass to like 10 feet away from him. Understand that the inaccuracy of passes kind of happens like the deeper it goes, so that's the type of stuff that you need to be aware of. But yeah, as far as like checkdowns, like really easy, you know, put it in football terms, like a 5-yard pass, it's not going to be inaccurate ever. I mean, quite literally. Now, I see this meme on, you know, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, even sometimes, wherever the case it may be, YouTube Shorts, like Reels, everything. I see this meme of talking about people having like, you know, why do centers have 87 pass accuracy as something that's recommended, but then point guards have like 71 as something that's recommended. The thing is, you gotta obviously use your context tools here, right? So in the half court, this 70-ish pass accuracy works plenty good, in my opinion. It's actually pretty solid. I think the only real huge deal of like having the elite pass accuracy is the ability to throw it from behind half court into like pinpoint spots and fast that like would be shots that if you threw with a 71 pass accuracy, like those full quarters I'm showing you on my 94 pass ac build, like those would be terrible passes on my 76 pass accuracy build. I'm just being honest. That's like the truth. But in the half court, it's not a huge difference. I think the utility in the half court is more the makeability, like the versatile visionary, maybe not getting laned quite as much, stuff like that, being able to like kind of skip passes past people's heads, as well as having the dimer capabilities of it too, and the good catch animations is also the like kind of major key here. But yeah, as far as like for the guards though, again, I think you're okay if you want to sit somewhere in the 71 range. If you want to be, you know, like a point guard in park or something like that, I think that's plenty good. If you're talking like point guard and pro-am, I feel like 82 is where you should probably just kind of be comfortable going. Because again, having the ability to run Dishmaster Takeover if you so choose is pretty nice. I think it's a really powerful takeover. If you play with poppers, if you play with like, you know, stretch big, something like that. Granted, they might get nerfed pretty soon here, but I don't know. I mean, I still feel like 82 is a good spot to be, and you don't necessarily need to go 87 as a point guard. You don't need break starter, obviously. So as far as the utility goes, 82, 85, something like that, in my opinion. If you're someone that needs bailout, the thing is, I think bailout is more reliable at an elite level. So again, I mean, hey, you could definitely resonate with the idea of elite pass accuracy as well. But what I do also want to talk about, and let me just go ahead and get to a point of our ball handle where it stops tethering a tad bit. What you can see, in my opinion, is that when you go on this elite end of pass accuracy, it starts to become extremely expensive. But in this threshold of like, let's say 84 to 94, let's just go ahead and use that as an example. We start off at 94 overall right there, and now you can see we're at 96. So it costs 2 overall points to go up plus 10. But then, as you're going to see, once we go any further than 94, we're going 97, 98, and then pretty much 99. So point being, I think this is where you want to max out at. I think 94, just to set yourself up for that 99 on the cap breaker, because again, it is extremely expensive. I know you're probably thinking, what if I found better utility in my, like, let's say getting some glitchy thing, like my dunk from 60 to 87, or what about my three-pointer from like 55 to 85 or something like that. The thing is, I think the pass accuracy of 5 points right here might just be more expensive on some builds depending. I mean, as you can see, we can't even get 99 pass ac. Let me see what I'd have to do to even make this happen. We got to go like down on the three-pointer by quite a bit, even on the high thresholds, to get 99 naturally. I just think that's a waste. So again, in the builder, there's a lot of a difference here. I mean, yeah, as you can see, the difference between 99 pass ac to pretty much 94 is, I would pretty much exactly say 4 overalls, if not 5. Also, in case you guys didn't know, I'm teaming up with NBA 2K Lab again this year, and like always, they have the best statistical jump shots on their website, put a ton of time into the labbing of those, and on top of that, have exact visual cues now for those jump shots they recommend to you. So first, they find the exact best jump shots and put them into the data that you can use if you buy the premium. Then, on top of that too, they have the ability to even just practice the jump shot if you don't want to sit in the my court, wait for a ball return, or for that matter, even have to track down your own ball. And if you're not someone that wants to use the most meta jump shot of like the best screen window and the absolute fastest, what you can do is plug your controller into your PC and shoot 10 shots of what feels comfortable to you, and they'll recommend you one of the jump shots that they've created as well. And again, this is a huge feature right here, the ability to take one of the custom jump shots they've recommended to you and find the exact release point of it and know exactly when to let go of your button on the controller or when to let go of the ball in your player's hands, obviously. And on top of that too, even do motion style tests, and they've got rankings of a ton of dribble moves. So if you want to check this out, like I said, go to NBA2KLab.com or the link in my description and put code LAKER for your promo code. This is going to save you about $1 per month or up to $2 depending on what length of subscription you decide to get. So when you come over to the website, you can hit the sign up tab, come over to the length of subscription you'd like to sign up for, and then hit register. And then when you do hit register, it'll create a coupon code, and you just are going to put in code LAKER right here if you'd like to as well. Now you guys absolutely feel free to sign up for whatever length of subscription you would like to do, but if you want to help me out, I make a percentage based off of the initial subscription price that you pay. So for instance, if you were to get the monthly, I'd only make a percentage off the $7.99, but if you were to do the yearly, I'd make the percentage off of that. So again, feel free to do whatever you'd like to. I don't want to pressure you any which way, but if you want to help me out just in specific, I'd really appreciate that as well. So I hope y'all enjoying the video. Let's get right back to it, but one last time, if you want to subscribe to the NBA 2K Lab Premium, just use code LAKER at checkout for 20% off. Anyway, that's all. Let's get back to the video now. Anyway, that's enough yapping. Let me give you guys some real concrete numbers really quick. So 25 minimum. I think that's a good threshold point for the lockdowns that are just cool with only the idea of the fact of them only throwing like probably non-check down passes, like 1 a game, something like that. They're just gonna hand it off to their point guard if they get a board, if they get a O board, or they got passed to if they weren't open, just get a safe pass back to your PG. And when he dexes around and stuff like that, you can throw from corner back to wing as long as your guard is getting open enough and not like being in a laneable area or anything like that. Anyway, moving along, again, like we said, 71 to 76 is probably like the bare minimum of a point guard, if you ask me, like someone that's actually trying to distribute to their teammates. If you want to go further than that, like I said, 80 for the Dishmaster, 82 for Dimer, but I'm going to settle in at that 82 range if we're talking like a higher level point guard, if you will. 71 is probably more like shooting guards as well, and Pro-Am can like get away with this and be okay, As far as like the next threshold that we're talking, again, 94 I think is really where you want to be at. I don't know if there's like a good value point of pass accuracy in the 90s range. So like, as you can see, when you go from 87 all the way up, like let's go ahead and use this as an example, right? Watch us just go further and further. We're to 90, no badges have changed. 91 is finally when you get Silver Bailout. 92 is when you finally get Hall of Fame Dimer. And then 93 is when you finally get Hall of Fame Break Starter. 94 is when you finally get Bailout. 95 is when you finally get Versatile Visionary. 96, Bailout again. 97 is the first rating that doesn't actually have anything change, like in this range right here, like 96, 95, 94, 93, 92, 91, like all of this is like, it gives a different badge level, so it's hard to really pinpoint where is the value. It just depends on what badge you find like most necessary. But yeah, then it's just a weird thing of like, you have this like dead zone of ratings where all the way up from 87 to 90 gives literally nothing. And depending on if you even care about bailouts, you could say up to 91 gives nothing. So that's why I say it skips all the way from 87 to 94, if you ask me, as far as like the great value points to hit. So anyway, that's all for video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new to noties, all that good stuff. Like always, try this one more 1,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put dot or put pass in the comments. Short sports your way through. And again, I'm a big supporter of all these pass accuracies. I truly do think that I've seen them in action at an elite level and really used to the T of like how they should be. And I'm a fan of like the 25. I'm a fan of the 94, 99. I'm a fan of everything in that range. It's just I've pinpointed the areas that I'm not a fan of, you know, those dead zone ratings. So I hope that is of some value to you in terms of the bad utilization and stuff like that. But yeah. And then I would honestly even say 98 is a decent threshold instead of 99. If you didn't care about bailout and versatile quite as much and you just wanted the true passing ability, if you were to somehow not be able to afford getting 99, I think it's okay to be at 98. And that's what I'm going to be on my build because I technically set it up at 94. I got 1 cap break off the 200 objectives. Then I'm going to get 3 more off hitting my next rep level. So then I'm going to have to wait all the way until season 2 to even get this final one to 99. But that's okay with me, right? I'm not really fiending for like legend versatile visionary and legend bailout or anything like that, so that's okay, right? Anyway, that's all for vid. Hope y'all enjoyed, and on that, take it easy, man. Peace.